Matthew Holt, yet another THCB Quickbite. This is with AJ Loiacono. AJ is the CEO of CapitalRx, which is a startup PBM, but actually it's been started up for a while now. So AJ, how long have you guys been going at CapitalRx, and how much have you raised, and what have you done so far?
We are officially in our 4th year of operation. Our 5th year anniversary will be in March of this coming year. We have raised $270 million over 3 formal rounds of investing.
All right, so you're competing with a couple of really teeny companies owned by very large health plans. I'm kind of kidding. Other PBMs. What's different about CapitalRx compared to the Express Scripts and the and the Caremark CVSs of the world?
Yeah, I think we can break into 2 discrete areas, and one is an ethical pricing model where we do not make money on drugs, and our competitors unfortunately mark up drug prices and make money through spread pricing. The other area is through efficiency. We are a technology company at heart. We built our own cloud infrastructure around claim adjudication and workflows for PBM administration. Our system is called Judy, short for adjudication. She's the brains of our organization. And this gives us an unprecedented level of efficiency. What this means is we could administrate a pharmacy benefit plan cheaper than my competitors. So I can then offer the lowest priced drugs at the lowest administrative fee. And this gives us a huge advantage in market.
Okay, so Judy, which you introduced earlier this year or last year, is that something that other organizations can use as well? Is that are you a technology play as well as a PBM play, or is that something that you're keeping internal?
Correct. It's a proprietary SaaS platform that we wrote not just for ourselves, but for our customers. So we're a PBM where we service pharmacy benefit management for employer groups, pharmacy plans, and then we're a PBA, a pharmacy benefit administrator, where we sell Judy and services for large regional health plans and carriers.
All right, so you're getting some, giving help to other organizations to get off the big PBM treadmill. Quickly, how many employees, how many customers? Where are you as a company overall?
Yeah, so we're 450 employees and growing. We have 180 customers. We service 1.5 million members in all 50 states. We service commercial, Medicare, and Medicaid plans.
All right, fantastic. So let's talk about the interesting stuff. You've been as outspoken as anybody over the years about what the PBM business has been doing. Do you think, and there is now, I think there are actually there are now kind of government inquiries and some Senate hearings and what have you going into what the PBMs are doing. Have the big guys changed given all the stuff that's been said about them, or are things similar to where they've always been?
Well, I don't think the industry has changed at all in 20 years. So the status quo still reigns supreme for my competitors. But I think the good news is there are organizations like ourselves operating at scale with modern proprietary technology that enables us to provide the next generation of pharmacy benefit management. So my competitors haven't changed, but that's okay. We have, and we're offering the entire industry a better solution.
All right, so if you have people like yourselves and Rightway and some other companies who are in the sort of the new PBM game, and what's your sense about market share of the new guys versus the old guys?
Well, I think the market share today is quite tiny. I often say, even if you have 1 million lives, it's 30 basis points of the US population. It's quite small.
Yeah.
But the good news is once you start to achieve scale, which is measured in millions of lives, you now have demonstrated to the market that you are an acceptable partner that can be entrusted with benefit plans. And so I always say in healthcare, there's no shortcuts. So you start with 1,000 life cases to get to 2, to 20, to 40, to 100,000 life cases. And once you've crossed that mark, there's really nothing you can't service. And so that's one of the things that we find very interesting about this point in our company's maturity, is we can service customers of any size.
All right, so talking about that, a lot of this is driven by obviously what the health plans are selling, what the big brokers, benefits brokers are doing, what they're talking to their clients. What's the conversation amongst that group, sort of the HR folks, the benefit brokers, about the current state of the PBM world and whether they're thinking about looking for new alternatives like you?
Well, I think there's an awful lot of pressure where finally the industry is starting to ask the right questions, where employer groups are starting to wonder, are they being serviced effectively? They've been told that there's really nothing they can do, that prices go up, inflation is expected to happen. But they're starting to see, through the success we've had and the penetration we've had in different carriers and different consulting groups, that they're able to now have this type of service and solution. So I think there's always going to be some friction. I think there's been quite a few people that have made lots of money servicing product through the big three. But what we're starting to see is people are hungry for a new product. They're looking for change, and that's been driven by both the employers asking as well as many of the consulting firms looking for new partners.
All right. And I'm sure the folks at General Catalyst and B Capital and the rest to give you all that money will be looking for that result too. All right, I'm speaking with AJ Loiacono. He's the CEO of CapitalRx, which is probably the leading of the new brand of PBMs, taking on the status quo, hopefully not tilting at windmills. AJ, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Matthew.